Hey YouTube, JDog1987 here. Just got back from a screening of Toy Story 3 and now I'm hanging out in my parents' house with a Coca-Cola. Can't wait to get on the vlog and talk about TS3.
Don't you forget about me.
When I saw Toy Story 2, my parents had recently divorced. It left an emotional scar on me that I will never forget. Now Toy Story 3 is the newest in the Toy Story franchise, and I have to say, I was very impressed by the computer animation this time around. I just have to say, I am very disappointed in one huge gaping plot hole that's been present throughout the entire Toy Story franchise. I figured now would be a good time to sit down and start talking about it. I mean, the Toy Story stories, now we're going into the meat of it. I mean, what's with the toys, Pixar? Don't you think that audiences are smart enough to know that toys aren't real? I mean, come on, what do you expect? I leave this room and all my toys start moving around? Yeah, right. Toys, yeah, I played with them, but I never thought they were real. I mean, I wasn't stupid enough. Maybe the kid next door thought they were real, but he was pretty dumb. In fact, I think he had Down syndrome, but that's another story. Anyways, I never thought my toys were real. It's scary. It's a scary idea. Personally though, I really do hope toys are real in some way. I mean, at least that means when I was a kid, I'd have 5 friends. And everybody knows that's not true. I'm a big proponent of computer animation, but I think that Pixar really needs to step it up. Why don't they just call Toy Story 3 Steve Jobs the movie? Because that seems like the kind of crap that Pixar keeps shoveling at viewers year after year. I just want to make one thing clear. Toy Story 3 is small-minded drivel from California. I wouldn't take my family to it. I wouldn't take my extended family to it. I wouldn't even take some guy I met off the street and then said, hey, do you want to go see Toy Story 3 with me? I got tickets to a screening. Toys are not real. I don't want you buying a Buzz Lightyear realistic from the movie and thinking that as soon as you turn your back he's gonna go crazy and get into Spanish mode and then go and have sex with that One thing I picked up on, unlike the rest of the stupid audience that was watching the film with me, composed mostly of crying 8-year-olds and parents who could care less. That's the problem about movies these days, but that's a different story. The problem with Toy Story 3 is its gay liberal agenda. The last time I saw a movie with a cowboy as the protagonist was that time I accidentally snuck into a gay porno theater off 8th Street in New York City. That's a night I'll never forget. I mean, I don't appreciate the character of Buzz Lightyear for one thing. He's a clear allegory for the liberal United Nations. I don't like his character, I don't like his presence on film, I don't like his alluded to deep friendship with the cowboy Woody. If this is the lives of America's playthings, then we are really in a bad state, aren't we, Pixar? It's a deceitful lie directly from Pixar, and directly from the Barack Obama administration, on top of that, and directly from BP, on top of that, and directly from the King of the World, on top of that. The secret subversive liberal King of the World, whose base is somewhere in Antarctica. He's the reason we have global warming anyways. Every year he releases one movie each summer to colonize the young children's minds. This year it's Toy Story 3. A terrible, terrible devil. Does anybody remember the Salem witch trials anymore? The same thing happened. Witches, goblins, devils, evil juju toys running around town. Pixar tricks us to think that these toys have a heart and soul of gold, when in reality, they're just spawns of Satan. I don't like getting herded like sheep into a slaughterhouse in order to see a movie that I could probably care less about. The only reason I went to see it is because it has a 3 attached to it. I mean, come on, Pixar. Sequels?
Hey, Josh. Hey.
You know what I was talking about sheep to a slaughter? I was really referring to this guy. He liked Toy Story 3, and he's a drunk. Andy's toys aren't just toys. He's bewitched them to run around with their own lives. He's turned them into soulless demons. And if you don't believe me, go watch the movie again, and take one deep look into Woody's lifeless, doll-like, terrible, demon eyes. And tell me you don't see a little bit of Satan in Toy Story 3. So YouTubers, this is JDog1987 getting back to you on what's real in the real world.
Oh, baby, don't you forget about me.